Hey there, Steve Rubis with another installment of Capital Markets Investor Relations in 2 minutes or less. It's a Sunday in Chicago. I'm on location. It's under 50 degrees in May, only in Chicago. Well, today's video is a good one, and the topic is this idea of, are you a company or an investor relations officer that only speaks to investors that wear pink shirts and trade stocks on Tuesdays? And I think if you work in investor relations or have been an investor relations officer, you know that the main conundrum is being able to talk to all of the investors in your investor set. And sometimes it's just a function of you have too many investors, maybe you're getting too many questions because there's something going on, maybe the sell-siders are asking difficult questions that you can't or don't want to answer, or maybe you have very difficult buy-siders who are asking tough questions. I know everywhere I worked, there was at least one or two buy-siders that was known as tough. Sometimes it was because of personality, but a lot of times it was because they were very intelligent and asked very direct questions that we didn't want to answer. So what I want to link today's topic to is the idea of the crazy commercials of Chicago. If you grew up in Chicago, you're familiar with Bob Rohrman, Slowsy Edelson, Victory Auto Records, Peter Francis Geraci, and of course, Eagle Man. So today I'm on location at 3405 North Pulaski, which was the home of the Super Sash Window Company, which is the penultimate commercial in this set of crazy commercials in Chicago. And it's a gentleman in a leisure suit who is trying to sell you replacement windows and wants to bring this booklet to you and get serious together. And the key is, if you watch the commercial, you're like, I am not buying windows from this guy, and he probably has an offer I can't refuse. And this is my point as an investor relations officer, that a lot of times we don't want to talk to people because they don't fit a certain mold. And it permeates in society, whether it's job search or relationship search or whatever it is. In today's society, if a person doesn't fit a perfect mold, a lot of times we want to discount them or not talk to them. And when you're an investor relations officer, you don't have that luxury. So let's get into this idea of only talking to investors that wear pink shirts and trade stocks on Tuesdays. And it's a function of market cap. That if, yes, you're Tesla or Amazon or Microsoft and your market cap is well north of $10 billion, you have the luxury to say, I'm only going to talk to investors that wear pink shirts and trade stocks on Tuesdays. And the reason is there are natural reasons for you to own that stock. You're in an index, so investors are going to track some sort of performance, and that's why they naturally have to own your stock. If you're a company that is less than $10 billion in market cap, you just don't have that luxury. And what I have found in my experience, and typically, is that smaller companies, when they're agnostic about who they talk to and allow the universe of investors to come and find them to start, they're very successful, because then the IR person can adjust the story accordingly or can work to convince that person to be more positive or more interested in the story. Now, if you're an enterprising investor relations officer and you're very good at disarming or changing the mind of difficult and cantankerous investors, you're worth a lot of money to a company because you provide stability and can unlock a lot of shareholder value. So let's finish with key learnings. If you're a public company executive and you find yourself in a place where you're saying, I don't want to talk to one of my top 20 shareholders for whatever reason, there's a good likelihood that your tenure will end shortly thereafter. And lastly, sometimes it may be cringy, but you've got to call 588-2300 for that Empire carpet if you want to get the job done right. So thanks for watching.